we doing, guys? And yes, we have another sign-in, and bit of a strange one. I don't think I was anticipating saying this, but we have signed Kai Havertz from Chelsea. Yeah, Kai Havertz from Chelsea. Weird. I was not expecting this, and I still don't know how I really feel about it. And I'll explain why. Now, we know that Chelsea got to offload, a lot of their players. And Kai Havertz was the name that everybody was talking about. But the names being mentioned were the likes of Madrid, Munich, etc. And I was just looking at it from afar and thinking, yeah, might be a good move to him. Maybe go back to, Germany. Yeah. Chelsea get a bit of money. There was reports 75 million pounds. I was thinking, nah, you're not going to get that much. But yeah, they'll move him on, and yeah, that's it, sort of thing. And then out of nowhere, Arsenal's name got mentioned, and at the beginning, I sat there and I thought to myself, Arsenal's name always gets mentioned. As soon as a player becomes available, Arsenal's name's mentioned. Not going to really pay too much attention. And then very rapidly, that became quite apparent that it was genuine and that we was the front runner and that we were going to strike a deal with Chelsea. And that 70 to 75 million pound had rapidly come down to give or take 50 odd million pound with, bonuses or whatever it is. I don't think we will ever know exact figures of deals in this day and age because there's so much with add-ons and all the bonuses and everything else. So you kind of get an idea, but it's certainly not the 70, 75 million that Chelsea wanted at the beginning. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. And it's such a strange one. Like, he's very talented. Like, he's clearly got something about him. But you kind of look at his performances for Chelsea and you think, nah, stay away, don't want him. And I think you're justified in, what you say when you look at that situation and what he's done at Chelsea. I look at his body language. I think that his body language comes across very much like Mesut Ozil, where he looks very just laid back, sort of like not really caring. And that's, not trying to say they don't care, but that's just the interpretation of the body language. But I'm also very, wary and also mindful of the situation that Chelsea have a habit of absolutely ruining players. And, the two prime examples way back in the day were Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah. But if you talk about even now, prime example would be Jorginho. Now, you go to when Arsenal were being linked with him and ultimately he joined us in January. I can't actually think of an Arsenal fan that looked at that time and went, yeah, buzzing, Jorginho, yes, let's get it done. We are over the moon about it. I don't remember one person at all being happy about it. But then he came in and very quickly he looked a completely different player. And I'm sitting there thinking, this ain't the Jorginho that I'm seeing at Chelsea. This ain't the Jorginho that everybody's making a scapegoat. And it's kind of a similar, situation with Kai Havertz, that everybody's making him out to be the scapegoat. A lot of the fans don't like him. A lot of the fans are buzzing that they're going to get rid of him. And it was similar to the Jorginho situation. I saw loads of Chelsea fans talking about, you got our leftovers. It's going to be another Willian, Louise and Czech and all the rest of it. Agent Jorginho, blah, blah, blah. But then very quickly they were like, so he wasn't the problem. So he wasn't the issue. So on that note, I will kind of look at it and go, could he be different in this Arsenal team? Where would he fit in this Arsenal team? Is it a false nine? His profile is very different to a lot of what we already have. Will he play the left side of the midfield? it's so interesting in terms of where we would play him. If we can get the Kai Havertz that I know is in there, then we would have an unbelievable player. But if we get the Kai Havertz that I've seen at Chelsea, then we've just got somebody on the books that's going to be a problem and difficult to get rid of on high wages. And we've kind of been there, seen it and done it all too many times before. And I think that's where maybe the apprehension is with Arsenal fans and the worry, because we've kind of got past that. We all know the situation with Mesut Ozil. We all know the situation with Aubameyang. You know, players that were on high wages and everything else. And ultimately we've, you know, lost out. So that I feel is the worry, that if he ends up turning up and he stinks the place out, then you've got a player on your hands for a ridiculous amounts of money that's going to be worth even less than we've paid, you know, by the time it gets around to selling him. So, yeah, I do get it with Arsenal fans, and I do get the worry and the non-excitement that this transfer brings. I think that, yeah, that's kind of the feedback that I've got when I look online and speak to friends as well. And it's an underwhelming signing in many ways. It's kind of like, there's a question mark at the end of it. And like I said, I'm not doubting Kai Havertz's talent. He is a very talented player. But it's whether you see enough of that. You know, even at Chelsea, there were moments and glimpses where you've seen him do something and you've gone, whoa, that's good. And then there's moments where you've seen him and you're just like, how is this guy still playing? How is he getting minutes? But listen, at the end of the day, yeah, other clubs have been after him. So he's got to have something about him if he's, you know, doing that. And I know I sound like I'm just trying to, you know, make the situation sound better and hype it up sort of thing. But no, listen, at the end of the day, I trust what's being done at Arsenal. I trust the process of, you know, what we're trying to build and achieve. I just pray that this is not one that comes back to bite us. I just pray that this is not a signing that we look on and go, what a waste. And if we sign Havertz and we don't get in the likes of, you know, Caicedo, for example, yeah, not going to be happy at all. And I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are on the same page in that respect. So, yeah, I think the jury's out on this one. I think there will be question marks. If he comes in and starts performing, then it's going to be one of them where you'll think bargain. Thank you very much for the, you know, the deal that we've got for Chelsea. But if it doesn't work, we're going to be sitting there fuming, and Chelsea are going to be laughing and saying thanks for taking our leftovers again. So yeah, I think this is a signing that's just going to have question marks hanging over it, and we're going to have to see how he performs and where he fits within the system. And then ultimately we will see whether it works or not. So there we go. Kai Havertz is an Arsenal player. Welcome to the Arsenal. Can't say much more than that, to be honest with you. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this signing. Do you have those question marks that I have? Or are you looking at it and thinking, I'm happy with this? Let me know. So listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.